watching a movie together, she is watching something that went straight to DVD that nobody's ever heard of before in their whole life.
Yeah. And then we watch a lot of slashers together because I'm definitely a gore whore. I'm Sam,
And I'm Brendan.
and we are Our Life in Horror.
So we have a YouTube channel where we do movie reviews. I do physical media.
We do trailer reviews. We do lots of lives now.
Yeah, we're usually doing about 2 a week.
We're from Ontario, Canada. We started off as just an Instagram page. It was like beginning of COVID.
Around 2019, I think.
I wanted to have like a spooky girl aesthetic Instagram page, and then I came up to him and was like, do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to maybe do some like reviews, like written reviews on? You wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
So then I wanted to do the Instagram, so I kind of mashed the ideas together a little so that you could still do reviews.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, eventually I sucked it up and we did a podcast.
And we did that for about a year and
a half.
Year and a half, yeah.
And then we switched over to YouTube.
Yeah, our channel is forever evolving, it feels like.
With YouTube, I think because of how much more creative you can be, I haven't stopped having fun.
Yeah, I always have fun because I don't have to. Sam does all the editing and promotions, and I am just here along for the ride. I just have my knowledge, and yeah.
You're more knowledgeable than me in like movie, like you're the movie buff.
Yeah.
I just like to watch horror movies.
What's nice about our transition to YouTube, we do a lot of lives, which is basically still our podcast format, but we are able to do it in front of a live audience, so we know how many people are actually getting engaged with us. And then afterwards, we don't have to edit anything, and it just goes right up onto YouTube, and everybody can watch after that.
Yeah, that's the nice part about the lives.
Yeah. I love watching movies so much, and it's something that I'm very passionate about. But I've always wanted to do that. Like, I've always wanted to write for papers and stuff like that, but I just had never time. And if I'm writing stuff down, I'm like partially dyslexic, so I can't get my words together. This is so far like the cleanest format that I've been able to express myself.
Yeah.
I would say.
When you want to do it successfully, you have to treat it like a second job, and we work full time.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted by the end of the day, and it's like, oh, time to do YouTube. And it's like, obviously I'm having way more fun doing YouTube than being at my day job.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a pipe dream, man.
As of right now, it does not pay the bills. So we're just trying to do the best we can and hope that everybody enjoys what we're putting out, really.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that one video to hit it.
Yeah, you need to hit the algorithm and one thing to blow up. We got really lucky in the very beginning. Well, you got hooked up with Cody Leach, and Cody Leach is like the horror YouTuber. So it was just crazy that was your first interview.
I know, and I was so nervous.
Definitely, just to have to sit down and watch a movie and take notes every time it's taxing, and you don't want that to become
your every viewing experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to watch movies for us, right? Like just without having to think about it in a deeper philosophical or technical level, you know, and then have to go and talk about it. You know, you didn't need those little breaks. Oh, absolutely. We have different tastes.
Yeah, we both like slashers. I get in moods where I want to watch something really bleak. Stuff like captivity movies. That's the stuff that gets under my skin, I guess. I like shark movies. Like
when we're not watching a movie together, she is watching something that went straight to DVD that nobody's ever heard of before in their whole life.
Yeah. And then we watch a lot of slashers together because I'm definitely a gore whore.
Slashers, we watch some paranormal too, and found footage.
I really like Rob Zombie stuff too, and you're not big on that.
Yeah, I'm not huge on Rob Zombie. I'm a big
like the white trash.
Yeah, I like creature features. I like horror comedies as well. I like a lot of, like, 80, like, era horror movies as well, like 80s and older stuff. I went through a whole insect phase for a little bit there a few months ago. I'm a Carpenter fan, uh, Sam Raimi as well, the Peele and Ari Aster. I'm a bougie. I'm
You're
bougie.
bougie.
Yeah, I'm a bougie horror bitch.
I'm big on remakes, actually.
Started out with The Bees because Vinegar Syndrome had did one. It stars John Saxon back in the 70s. That these bees are holding the UN hostage until they change their their global warming views and stuff like that. Like the movie's fucking wild. And I got into Mosquito, which was from the 90s. It's about mutated gigantic mosquitoes. That movie's a lot of fun. I watched Ticks. Seth Green is in it in an early role. Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that really threw me off. And
We watched Infested.
oh, Infested was so good.
Yes.
Oh, I watched Eight-Legged Freaks too.
Yes, you did.
Oh, what a fucking blast. I haven't seen every creature feature that I've wanted to. I remember watching Bats as a kid. It's like birds, but they're bats.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I don't like things that flap. Where she's like cutting her own face off, and then she starts coming after the guy and he just bashes her head.
Yeah.
I think that part's awesome.
Yeah.
I love her face, how it's just like you see the book of like the drawing of the person just holding their skin basically, and then you see her just fucking ripping at her face, and it's like, oh, this is sick.
The sound design too, before you even do see it, is insane. It
I
just
know.
sounds like a knife to like cutting through wet rubber. Eric's drawn out kill. Like he is opening his fight with Olivia ends up with him like damn near breaking his back, and then he gets stabbed a bunch of times in the face with a syringe.
Hmm.
And then he gets shot like probably a dozen times, maybe more, with a nail gun, stabbed. Dude, how the fuck are you still alive? But at the same time, he's the one that unleashed everything. Mia's taking him out with another stab to the gut. And then he becomes a deadite, of course, and he just kind of gets set on fire. So it's like, yeah, you fucking deserve it, you curious bastard.
Man, this is such a comfort movie for me.
I am a huge Evil Dead fan.
Yeah.
I don't think there are particularly any bad movies in the franchise.
2013 though is by far my favorite. It's number one. It's just such a badass movie, and Mia Mia's like my favorite final girl, just with her whole backstory too. Like this movie to me is like her coming to this cabin to fight her demons, and her deadite version is her addiction, and she's trying to beat it throughout this movie, and then at the end you kind of see who's still standing next to you, and it's just close to my heart.
I think The Evil Dead 2013 is the best trailer ever made.
Me too.
I think it's the scariest trailer ever made.
You showed it to me when I was on shrooms and I almost shit myself.
Yeah. The one swipe of the cheese grater.
Get in there.
Yeah, like rub that shit. Hit it a couple, get it on the face, do something. You can't just tease us with that and then not take extreme level, because that's what Evil Dead is all about, is it over the top extreme gore. Do have to give credit where credit is due. Evil Dead Rise has the best opening credit sequence probably ever. I'm very excited to see where new upcoming filmmakers are willing to take this franchise, and hopefully they swing for it and they get a hit.
I think stuff like Hell House LLC, like those really spooky movies can scare me. Like that movie genuinely creeped me out. Like back in the day, everything scared me, but now it's just fun stuff. But scary would probably be more paranormal stuff, I guess. And I think also in my case, I think I watch a lot of like the female captivity stuff and all that stuff, because growing up that was like a fear, just walking down the street or whatever, right? Like, oh, that man in the van is going to take me and I'm going to be sold off to the sex trafficking. So I watch a lot of that stuff because it actually gets under my skin.
It has to have a good layer of atmosphere tension building is huge. If you have a score that is unsettling and creepy, or even the lack of score,
Yeah.
sound design is a good. It's a combination of things that can freak me out, but they have to have a good atmosphere and characters as well. Do you care whether or not this character lives or dies?
Mhm.
Is another big thing because if you're watching a slasher like Friday the 13th, '09, you don't give a fuck. But by God, are you having a great time watching these kids die? The Exorcist. It's genuinely upsetting to watch her go through all of this.
Mhm.
So it's far and few in between films that can freak me out still, but
I find stuff that's very claustrophobic gets to me too,
oh yeah, The
like
Descent.
The Descent, Frontiers had a scene that was really claustrophobic. I Whenever I say I like what I want from a movie is I either want to leave super excited or I want it to crush my soul. I literally just want to feel something and I don't I mean I need therapy for that, but I just want to feel something, like an intense feeling. Like I Spit on Your Grave. I love those movies because they're so hard to watch and I love hard to watch. But then like it does make me feel sick. And it's like, why do I want to watch that? I don't know.
I think it is that jolt of having just adrenaline pumping through your system
Yeah.
for
It's like
just
a hit.
yeah, yeah, it is. And then you're high for a second and then you can coast out. But a good horror director will be able to keep that kind of adrenaline high rolling for a while. It's like people that love roller coasters
Yeah.
or jumping out of airplanes. You
Yeah.
know, it's just them riding the adrenaline high for as long as they can.
Mhm.
Look at us, we're like adrenaline junkies.
I know. Curiosity?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Curiosity. In the original film, it is Scotty that plays the tape with the girls,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Come on, like it's gonna spook us. We're gonna get a little freaked out. We might get a little frisky later now." Like,
Yeah, I'd open the book. I
would you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh my god,
I
yeah.
might look at it. I'm not gonna read anything from it.
You wouldn't open a cool looking book.
I don't
I'd
know.
be like, Book of Shadows or something. Like, I'm gonna open this and see what other people have written in it. I think that kind of shit's so cool. If I saw that at an antique store, it's coming home with me. I'm fucking up this whole house.
I have to move. I am sorry.
It's curiosity.
Oh,
It's curiosity. It's Yeah, that's it. That's it.
yeah,
I just want to know what's in there.
yeah.
That fancy looking book.
And you don't necessarily know either what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
in real world, nothing.
yeah, exactly. Like when Eric read that passage from the book, he had in the 2013, he had no idea.
Okay, well, he's an idiot because I would not be reading out loud what was in the book. I would like look through it and maybe like show my friends and stuff, but I'm not going to be like whatever the heck the
I
words
wouldn't even
are.
take pictures of the book. No, fuck
Oh,
no.
I'd be Snapchatting it like,
No,
like a
no.
cool book.
Cecily, this is why you die. Um,
This is why I have a Ouija board upstairs.
yeah, that's never been used. It's also like a search for knowledge as well, especially in Eric's case,
Yeah.
because he's a history professor and he's like, oh, and open it up and it looks like an old book. So of course he's got to look through it and kind of decipher it and see if maybe he's made some kind of ultimate discovery that might make him rich because you know that he is just a high school teacher right now and clearly that's probably not what he wants. So maybe he kind of figured that could jump up his career somewhere.
Yeah. So knowledge, curiosity, even in the first movie, you said it's for fun,
Yeah.
for a thrill.
Yep. Abigail.
Abigail was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Abigail right now for me is like in my top 3 of the year so far.
Yeah, I'm excited for Stream, which is coming out this month. Damien Leon did the special effects.
Oh, yes.
And I'm also really excited for Strange Darling with Kyle Gallner. Terrifier, obviously, in October.
Alien.
Alien Romulus. I've never seen an alien film.
And
People that have like a lot of anxiety and stuff, they watch horror because they're watching somebody else's anxieties or troubles and they know it's not real life. So it kind of takes the pressure off of their own, I guess. They're watching someone else go through all the horror.
People who are having a bad day will use a horror movie to make them happy again.
Maybe also in a case of like a strong final girl or final boy or like those really strong people that come out on top at the end could maybe boost some people's confidence or
For
if
sure.
they relate to them, I guess.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that with Mia and her addiction. If someone's struggling with addiction and they watch her, they're like, look at that badass battle that,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
I would say for me, it's like looking for a thrill, I guess, or like it almost feels a little like rebellious, like I'm doing something bad or I'm watching something I'm not supposed to be watching. Maybe that's why I like watching all the bleak stuff. It's also about community. Like I've never been in a community like this. Like we've been into horror for so long, but joining the community, I actually consider people online my friends and I have more online friends than in-person friends at this point. We can all bond together because of horror movies and because of something we enjoy. But then we also get to know each other outside of that as well. Like we're chatting on the side and then we're having these face-to-face online calls. We go to conventions and meet up with people. Like it's just, I don't know. It's you don't see like, I don't know if there's a community for rom-coms. Like it's the horror community just does it different.
Horror to me is a escape from reality that I feel like no other genre can give you. Horror is something that I get genuinely very excited for. It's learning new things. I love learning about horror. It's just comforting to me, even knowing I'm always looking for something that's going to scare me next.